Congratulations on your decision to use AgSpy. To access the AgSpy software, you should type the URL shown here into your browser. You will then see the login page into which you should enter the username and password that have been provided to you. After you enter your username and password, you will be taken to the landing page. Here you will see a map with a pin showing for each of your active sites. The pins indicate the location of each probe. Since I have logged into the AgSpy demo site, we are seeing pins across many different areas. Your login will show you just sites to which you have access. You'll notice that the pins have different colors. These colors indicate the moisture status for the site based on the readings obtained from the equipment installed there. We'll explain that more thoroughly shortly. For now, let's talk about what the colors mean. A green pin indicates that the sensor values are in the desired range for the crop and soil of the site. A blue pin means the sensor values are above the full point for the site. A yellow pin indicates the sensor values are heading toward the refill point, and a red pin means that the site needs additional moisture.
Before we look at a specific site, let's look at a few of the features on the map page. In the lower right corner, you will see a magnifying glass. Clicking on this icon, you'll be able to choose filtering options. These options will help you further limit which sites are shown on the map. In the upper right corner, you'll see a few things you can choose. You may choose to look at a list of sites instead of looking at the information on the map. And then if you are in the list at any point, you can go back to the map simply by clicking on the Map tab. The option menu shows you a few other things you can do. You can choose to set up your user options, which allow you to choose to receive certain reports and also provide you a method to choose between the map view and the list view as your default page. You can also use this menu selection to change your email and set up a new password, change your phone number. Selecting the Using AgSpy menu selection will provide you with a variety of topics that will help teach you how to best use the information AgSpy collects to determine how to manage the crop in your field. Once you've chosen to view a specific site, both the crop image and the graph for the site will show on the screen. At the bottom of the crop image, you'll see two tabs. The page loads with the condition tabs chosen. If you click on the Events tab, you will see events that have been logged either by AgSpy automatically or manually by you. Here you may add or change events. In the upper left side, you will see a list of seasons that have been tracked for this site. The page loads with the current season chosen, but you can view information about past seasons by clicking on that season. As a new feature for the 2017 season, the Yes score will show above the crop image for each site. Yes measures the health of the plant. In general, the higher the Yes score for a site, the higher the yield will be for the site. The score is derived based on available moisture in the active root zone. When the available moisture in the active root zone is in the green optimum band, the score will improve. If the moisture level is saturated for extended periods, the score will decrease. If the moisture level is below the optimum band, it will also decrease, and if it is below the refill point, it will significantly decrease. At the beginning of each season, the score will start at 720. It will adjust on an hourly basis throughout the season based on data received from the field and on the irrigation template set up for that field. The maximum Yes score is 850 and the minimum is 350. The Yes score is not an exact numerical expression related to yield, but it is an indication of how the field compares to other fields in your region having similar environmental conditions. There are several determining factors in achievable yield that the Yes score does not take into account, so please only use the Yes score as an indicator of how the plant is responding to your crop management. Also note that since the Yes score is new for 2017, it is still being tweaked.
The summary graph shows all the data collected during a growing season for this site. At any given point in time, the pin color will reflect the most recent readings from that site. However, we can use this graph to illustrate the different colors the pin would show at a different point in time. The pin color on 9/25 shows as blue because the sensor data on that day was above the blue line that indicates the full point for the site. The pin color on September 3rd would have been green because the readings were within the green band that indicates the optimum moisture range. The pin color on August 16th would have been yellow because the readings indicated moisture below the optimum band but above the refill point. The pin color on August 18th would have been red because the readings fell below the refill line.
In the lower right corner, you will see a back arrow along with 4 tabs. The back arrow will return you to the list or map page depending on where you came from. The Graph tab is the default tab chosen when you decide to view data about a specific site. The graph shown is the summary graph. Above the graph, you will see other graph options such as moisture, EC, and temperature. You may click on any of these tabs to see the other graph. The Tech tab contains information about the equipment installed at your site. You will want to consult with your AgSpy representative before you attempt to make any changes to the Tech tab. The Location tab simply shows you where your site is on a map. The Edit tab shows some static information about the site. This is where you can change the site name, soil type, crop type, plant date. However, these items will only rarely need to be changed.
This concludes this introductory tutorial for understanding how to use AgSpy.